Hmm. Well, good evening, friends. This is Erik Pridemore, and we've got to tell you I'm not nervous as a dog right now. And as all of you may be aware, we've been too busy to catch up on chores. And every now and then, the good Lord never plays a big trick on you. And I was going to walk the road to pick up aluminum cans off both sides of the road. And I will do this 6 days a week to help me lose weight. But due to the heat advisory and that's happening in our area, going towards Shreveport and Texarkana, we're going to delay it to a later date. But don't fret about it, folks. And as we're much better now, we want to thank each of you for prayers and many well wishes. They helped. I'm very proud being here right on my own, right here next door to my brother Aaron, my sister-in-law Candace, and their two boys, Caleb Andrew and David Allen. And I am grateful to have had enough success on my recovery. My 2 years here in Colbert represent my relatives, and with so many we know. And these near 54 years, I did feel love and respect. Be with each and every one of you, and we thank you. And when we do want to watch the news, we do have to watch it anytime, anywhere. And we have to know what TV channel we have to watch it on. Anytime where it happens and when it happens, you all know we have internet, we have networks, we now have internet devices. And this here is you see, it's an Amazon Kindle. Yeah, well, yeah, we all know whose it was, but now I am the sole user. I don't get to watch replays of all network newscasts. ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, and the PBS NewsHour with Judy Woodruff. And if you want to watch Nightly Business Report with Bill Griffith and Sue Herrera, go to the YouTube channel. And that's one thing you'll have to watch. Well, also, BBC World News America and BBC World News are on every day on your local PBS station. But check your local listings for air times. And it will also be seen on World Channel. So y'all find out where and when you can watch it. And of course, if there were a PBS 2, the show would be on now because we had to re-slot programs to new times from 5:30 to 7. But everything's a little different now, folks. We would have bottom third graphics at 2 minutes and 32 past each hour saying which show is on now, what's on next, and what's on later. Well, like we're morning, afternoon, evening, 7 days and 7 nights in a week. And I'm even a Texas Rangers fan and a Dallas Cowboys fan. I am the only person who's been to a Texas Rangers baseball game. You love those Rangers? We root for them. We've had game show contest failures. Well, too bad it didn't work. Well, there's been a lot of news events that happened. And there's been a lot covered together. The hurricanes, the floods, the droughts, the assassinations, space triumphs, and the tragic events you all know about. The Los Angeles riots, and of course the earthquakes. You all remember Los Angeles and San Francisco and the one in Seattle and Oregon. Yeah, it was shook Spokane, folks. There were wars and conflicts and national crisis. What? We even got to know about rodeo parades and fireworks. And y'all know we have so many words I couldn't tell you these. Even there are presidents of the United States. They were interviews, even to fly on Air Force One. Now, I'm going to read some of my own family relatives. I have the ones who live in my home state of Indiana are my Pridemore family relatives. Uncle Dave and Aunt Gretchen Pridemore. They live in Franklin. And Alan and Penny Joe Pridemore live in Mitchell. And Aunt Marcia J. Cruz lives in Bedford next, along with Scott and Tammy Cooper, also live in Bedford. And also Amber Pridemore, who lives there in Bedford too, and I don't know how many other Pridemores there are. Don't know the rest of my Indiana folks. Mike and Peggy Lynn Howard just moved out of my home state of Indiana. They lived in Indianapolis, but also Dan and Deanna Trayton-Seck and Robin Fairbank, who lives, by the way, I had to disappear, who lives in Greenwood, Indiana. And also to Jennifer and Joe Payne, who moved out of Indianapolis and now live in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. Well, they are not far from the Grand Ole Opry, who like to go watch music performers. Well, too bad we don't have any Florida relatives anymore. My Aunt Emma and Uncle Ken, Earl Johnston, and of course Karen Croft. They left us 9 years ago. And we sure miss those. And of course, Kenneth Croft, we love you and we miss you. You're still alive and we love you. Too bad we couldn't come to Florida in 2005, or I would have struck out. I would have been 3, you guessed it, 3 vacations for me. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And next, my Oklahomans here. And I got my survivors, Uncle Clancy, Paul Lowe, and Danny Wayne Somerville, and the rest, and Nathaniel and Tanya Rochelle Pickard, Lynn Boswell, and the rest. And of course, Terry Wright and the rest live in Bennington, and Barbara Sue McDaniel and the rest. And next door neighbors, Aaron and Candace Pridemore and the boys live right here next door to me, near Culver, and I was going to First Baptist Church. And of course, Tristan Dree Allen, we love you, and Amber K. Uncle and Harold Stitt Martin, we love you, and we bless you. You're near Kansas City, Clinton, Missouri, and Warsaw, Missouri. We love you. And my glasses off. And sweat my eyes here. And to Danny Allen Boswell, we love you. Also to Nicole and Stacy Allen near Albuquerque, New Mexico, we love you. I know Susie Tallman would have been hearing you. And I would, and we all You all follow me on the YouTube channel, also on social media, on Facebook page. And Chad and Heather Cherie Phillips, we love you. And Christopher Aslan, you're on the road, we love you. And to Mary Ellen Shasta Nadine Batten, we love you. Although Shasta's in Phoenix, Bobby Jean Johnston near Tucson, we love you. And Edie and Sean Dar near Phoenix, we love you. Also to Kathy Allen and the Berry family, Michelle Berry and family, and also to Michael and Tina and Louise Aslan, they're in Kingman, Arizona. We love you. And Dawn, Elaine Amstutz in Las Vegas, we love you. Billy Dean and Laura Marnay near Reno, Nevada, we love you. And of course, to Debbie and Tommy Sears near Los Angeles, we love you. And Mary Allenbag, we mentioned you, and you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, we love you. San Jose and Oakland. Also to Kathy and Claude Johnston near Bend, Oregon. Prineville, we love you. And Chrissy Cromwell, who lives in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, in a town away from Spokane, we love you. To all of you in my family on the West Coast, East Coast, everywhere. A long way from Orlando, we love you all. Guy and Paula Snowden in Boswell, we love you. And Larry and Pache, we miss you all. We love you all. And a heartfelt thank you all. And to our loving, respected mother, we sure miss you. And we've been on the road a lot during the month of July, and I survived it all the way. And you can follow me on social media, as you know, I'm both right here on my YouTube channel and Facebook. And if you've ever been to Houston, it is the greatest city, in the greatest state, in the greatest nation in the world. And and that's why we think this makes Houston the greatest city in the world. And it's the largest city in the Lone Star State. And Austin is the state capital city in Texas, in the central part. Well, it's further away from San Antonio and the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, because we're just north of Dallas-Fort Worth in the Red River. And of course, as you already know it, here's one more thing. And to Clinda, Sue, and Barry Paris, we love you. And thanks for taking me to First Baptist Church in Bennington on the day my Aunt Donna needed some help in her house, because I was a visitor there. And Nancy Jane Lowe and Donna Joyce Folsom left us too, and we miss you both. And if it were not for Chad Phillips and Barry Paris, we would not have both the Dallas-Fort Worth and Houston editions of TV Guide and Celine Dion on the cover in the same week of November 20th, 1999. And this makes the state of Texas much better now. And there's not much to do on my own. As we all say, the show must go on. As we all say, au revoir. But as I said, Celine Dion Says Goodbye was on the cover. And as we look forward to continue our journey together, thanks to the more than 35 subscribers on my YouTube channel and following me on Facebook, and we have so many men who admired and respected the most in the news business. You know, the late Ron Stone, KPRC TV's news anchor Houston has ever seen on Channel 2, and he ended each Channel 2 newscast with a simple thank you and so long, neighbors. Well, it's not to be confused with the former sports anchor who was at News 12 Sports here at CBS 12 KXI ITV, Sherman Denison Ardmore Ada, and CBS 12 Paris. Well, Yes, so much neighbors. Well, and the anchor on the CBS Evening News, Walter Cronkite, who was known as the most trusted man in America, ended each broadcast with his own catchphrase, and that's the way it is. And folks, and if you watch the CBS Evening News when Dan Rather took over for 24 years, his own catchphrase when he ended each broadcast each weeknight, he closed with his words, "Part of our world tonight." And now I have some more closing words. When we used to live in Arizona watching the local Phoenix newscast, there are some more catchphrases with the Phoenix news anchors. Well, Bill Close, who once anchored Cool News 10, closed his newscast saying, "That brings us right up to date on the news," as it were happening. Ray Thompson, who anchored the news at what was known as the Ray Thompson News at KTAR TV Channel 12, now KPNX. He said, closing words, "Good news and good night." And of course, Dave Nichols, once at Cool News 10, closed with his final words there, "Thank you and good night." Well, the station is now KSAZ TV Fox 10. I know Aunt Kathy used to watch those newscasts. Well, they're not with us anymore. Well, folks, I'd like to close it out and sing one thing. I say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Well, folks, nothing else we say, because we all say the words, "Thank you for being the great friends you have been through." And thank you for being with me. We love you for it. And thank you for your loyal support. And you've all to join me. And all of us know we all have been here. And I've been around. I will be doing chores to catch up since I am now going to live in this trailer on my own. As you know, well, I got a couple of minutes. We think you may be interested in this. What we mention from time to time, catching up while we on our chores, the way getting letters and all the cards, and we're delighted to say that I'm going to be 54 on September 26th. And we do want to thank you folks, these people. And we're all sensational. But we do want to thank these people. And in my heavy life, and we love each one of them next door. We all made this thing go. When I walk next door, I never choke cheers, folks. We have lifetime friendships, love and respect. I gotta go make a bed in the bedroom she used to be in. I gotta vacuum tonight. Thank you all. So, thank you for this. And as you can see, and what we've done, if it were not for me For us, we wouldn't be here in our new digs 2 years ago. We parted ways with DirecTV and switched to Cherokee. So we have internet service, and we wouldn't have changed our lives for the better, and we give us joy and pleasure and all the entertainment programs. Watch what we've been missing. And somewhere on the along the line, we get a lot of knowledge that's added to our day, and be supported to watch PBS programming. And we're going to be watching one in a few minutes after my post is ended. And as we end this post, and all the great pride and being a wonderful post, and it's because of me, my next door neighbors, it has been a great joy that we say, we thank you, we bless you, and until we do my next post, we're not going to do any music on any post, because we say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and until we do another post, good evening, friends.